Hey, there is a quote from an old cartoon I used to watch, and I think about the quote even today, and it's from a show called Captain Planet and the Planeteers. And the quote is by a character, and her name is Gaia, and she is the spirit of the earth. And she talks to one of her young students who is a planeteer, and he uh, works hard and helps others to recycle and save water, save energy, help the planet. And the student is having doubts and feeling down about what they're doing and whether or not people care or people believe them, or if everything that the students and the effort is even worth it. So Gaia tells the student about, well, the importance of trying and uh, doing what you can, but she reassures the student by saying, the hardest thing to change in the world is a person's mind. I remember hearing that quote when I watched the show on television, and it it stayed with me, and I still think about it even after all these years. I like that quote, and the more that well the older I get and the more I see of, you know, how people are, the more that quote feels true. So I'm sharing that quote with you because of what it means, at least now, and the way that people leave comments and make posts and share photos and videos and send messages to each other. And when it comes to people expressing their opinion and their viewpoint and their feelings, I think it's safe to say people are very good at that. But when it comes to persuasion or appealing, offering a different viewpoint, or according to this quote that I like, when it comes to changing someone's mind, it still is the hardest thing to do. And so the way that I think of the world and how people share comments, their thoughts, their feelings, their beliefs, their ideas, when it comes to changing someone's mind, I think that's one of the last things that I look for or want to do or even want to set out and just make make, make it something that I want to go out and do. I don't think I want to change anyone's mind. But instead, I found that when it comes to other people's opinions and viewpoints, respect them. Even if you might disagree or see things differently, that doesn't mean you have to be mean. You can respect somebody else's viewpoint, no matter what it is. The other thing I try to do is I try to understand how someone has come to their viewpoint. And that might be tough. I hope you think that way too. But it's not easy. It's not easy because sometimes people will share their opinion or viewpoint or their thoughts or their feelings, but they may do it in order to get something or to appear a certain way. So it's not always it's not always simple to hear someone's viewpoint and then immediately know why they think the way they do. Sometimes it's simply some people simply just speak. They speak a lot. They speak so much that they forget what they say immediately after their sentence ends, and there are people like that. So if you disagree with people like that, don't be mean. It's not a reason to be mean to someone. So now there's one more thing, and this is something just from me to you. And this is a little, I guess you could say, it's a little trick or tip that I have found that makes me feel more enlightened whenever I happen to have a conversation with someone. And that is, I'm not there to change someone's mind. I do want to understand why they think the way they do. But third, and most important for myself, I want to understand myself better as much as I can, because the way that I think up here, that it actually changes a lot. Even from a year ago. It's one of the things that I say to myself is that the person who I am now is different than the person who I was a year ago. And I like to think about a moment in time where I am, say, right now, and then where was I at this exact moment 1 year ago? how was I different? What was I going through? So, understanding ourselves. That's I think that's what I am most interested in. If it comes down to changing someone's mind, understanding them, or understanding myself, uh, I think understanding myself wins. So, and there's a whole lot to understand. And there's a lot more to go. And if there's one thing I know about you, I think you'll like how you turn out. Understand yourself.